We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. I am Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank you so much for pulling up. I appreciate you all for pulling up, man. I do realize that the title of this live stream may not turn you on, may not get you moist, all right, may not light your fire, but that's how I'm feeling today. Hopefully you hit that like button so we can get it popping, man. And before we even start, make sure that you have already given God all praise, glory, and honor for waking you and your family up this morning, starting you on your way, giving you strength to make it through another day, for giving you eyes to see, for giving you legs to walk. You better thank God for giving you a tongue to talk, because he will keep on blessing us. All right, so the title says simply, Trump is making other countries great again, but is he making America great again? We're going to jump into that in a minute. What's going on, Nick P? Start the Monday right. Hey, Nick P, thank you so much, man. Listen, look what I got on, brother. Shout out to Nick P. For hats for sale. Hatsforsale.com. Yes, sir. I got on one right now, man. Thank you so much, brother. This joint is I appreciate it. All right, let's go and jump into it. Thank you again for the super chat, bro, and thank you for showing up. All right, so I don't know if you've been on the internet like I've been on the internet. I am a Trump supporter. I voted for Trump, and I am not one of those Trump supporters, one of them sucker ass Trump supporters out there who are regretting their vote. I regret voting for Trump, because you know that's out there, right? That is out there. It's out there, because the left are far louder than the right. I repeat, the left have been far louder than the right. Why? Because they feel like they are winning right now. They don't want to see Trump succeed. They don't want to see his tariffs do what he say that his tariffs will do. He imposed a 25% tariff on Mexico. He imposed a 25% tariff on Canada. He imposed a 10% tariff on China. You already know that they are making noise. Elon Musk now have all of the information from the U.S. Treasury. People's social security numbers, the amounts of money people being paid out, businesses are being paid out, but he hasn't had to fill out an SF-86. He didn't have to go through the same strenuous, steps that a government employee has to go through in order to receive certain levels of information. So, rightfully so, a lot of people are pissed off. And I say rightfully so, because maybe y'all never worked for the federal government before. I worked for the federal government before. I worked for Department of Defense, for DOD, for 17 years before YouTube. Bless YouTube. Thank you so much, YouTube. Before YouTube gave me a lane that I can be, I can do my thing. You know what I mean? I can do my research. I can talk. I can, create a community, grow a community, and do some amazing things, meet some people all over the world, meet some great people all over the world, which I've already started to do. And I'm thankful for that. I ain't kissing YouTube's ass for that, all right? But YouTube did give me a platform to do so. And when they did, I was able to retire early from my government position. I probably shouldn't have. Listen, I'm not a man of many regrets, but I could have done that. I know how to walk and chew gum at the same time, but I wanted to do it full time and really apply some pressure. But I'm thankful how things went. All I'm going to say is this. I do believe that Elon Musk should have had to go through a little bit more in order to receive the levels of information that he received about us, American citizens, paying into our country through via taxes. All right. Thank you so much for the super chat. Love your content. Keep up the outstanding work. Well, let's hope you say that after this live stream. Let's let's hope you say this after this live stream, because something that we are doing, and thank you so much for the super chat. Something that we are doing, we are bringing our enemies closer. We are bringing other people together that we usually do business with, and we don't want to do that. All I'm gonna say, like, we are bringing forces together against us. I don't think that that's what Trump wanted to do. Now, I don't have an issue with the United States standing on our own. I think we would be fine standing on our own. Okay. The United States, I believe we're strong. I believe we're the most powerful nation in the world. We're the most successful nation in the world. Like, it's so many things that work for us, right? And I believe that the last 4 years was making us weaker and weaker, right? Not only that, but it was sending us deeper into the darkness. And we all know that. And I'm not even going to go back over the Biden Kamala administration. But if you look at our country in the last 4 years, opening the floodgates to every other nation to come over here and use our resources. We're paying them out the pocket. We're paying them $1,400 per family per month. Providing them with shelter over their heads. They're able to commit crimes and get a slap on the wrist and get kicked right back out and do it all over again. We got American citizens who have been raped, unalived, robbed, you name it, so forth and so on. I don't think the last 4 years should have remained that way. That's why I did not vote for Kamala. That's why I did not. I mean, I voted for Biden, so I'm partially to blame. And just in case this is your very first time tuning in to LFR family, I voted blue all the way up into Trump. I'm 46 years old. I voted blue all the way up into Trump. I was a Democrat all the way up until Obama's second term, because I didn't like what he did in his first term. So in his second term, as a protest, when I went to go renew my driver's license, I changed from Democrat to Republican. All right. So that's how that works. When I started doing YouTube, I was doing music, comedy, then I was doing country music, made me start to really understand different parts of the world. Country music really made me start to understand different parts of the world. And it also made me go over into politics, because I had questions, and my supporters in my community, they had answers. So that's how that went, back and forth, me being objective, learning new things, sharing the new things that I was learning, while at the same time sharing things with my community that I also learned in my lived experience. All right, so it seems like the left is getting louder and louder and louder. MSNBC on YouTube are getting way better numbers than Fox News is getting on YouTube. Same thing is for X. So my question to you is, do you really believe that the way that Trump is handling things is making our country more respected, putting us in a better position business-wise? And is he putting God and country first before himself? Thank you so much for the super chat. It says, absolutely love your content. Keep up God's work. Much love and prayers for you and your family. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hopefully you still feel that way after this live stream. Now, some people are saying, come on. Now, you do? Okay, so a lot of you say that Trump is. Now, I think that the way that he's doing things, I have faith that him taking the measures he's taking will work out for us all. But I will also say this: economists all over the internet, all over TV, do not necessarily agree with Trump. So the only proof we're going to have, the proof will have to be in the pudding. We're going to have to actually experience these situations that's happening all over the world before we can see on paper that is working for our good. Now, I'm sure y'all see the same thing. I want to show y'all something, and I want y'all to be objective when you see it, okay? I don't usually watch as much CNN and MSNBC, ABC, as much as I used to, because that's all I used to watch. That's how I got my news. I never watched Fox. I heard that Fox News was just racist. Anything Fox. I heard that anything Fox was racist. So I stayed away from Fox. But what I'm starting to see now is Trump says that he don't care anything about race. Trump says he cares more about merit. Trump says he puts America first. Well, my question to you is, why are we getting into South Africa's business? Their issue with white farmers losing their land. Their issue with people putting it out there that white farmers are being taken advantage of and they're being slaughtered, like physically unalived. They're losing their land, and now we're getting in their business. What's the difference between us getting in their business and us getting in Ukraine and Russia's business? I thought we were America first. Don't we have enough problems, enough issues? Also, I was told by Trump, not personally, I don't know the guy. It would be cool to talk to him. I would love to interview him. More than likely, I would ask him questions that nobody else has ever asked him, because I am not afraid of Trump, nor do I want anything from him, okay? But I do respect him as a businessman, as a family man, the father that he is. I do see the the command that he has when he walks into a room, how well respected he is. And I appreciate that. That's what I wanted to see in Biden. That's what I also wanted to see in Kamala in the event she became the president, which I'm still thankful she did not become the president. But it's looking like our country is not becoming great. It looked like we're becoming more distraught. It's looking like we're becoming more confused. It's looking like we're going at each other's necks more than we ever did before. It looked like in his first 30 days, not his first 30 days, because he's only been in the office since January 20th. So officially, but I said 30 days because it's, I like to say January to February 3rd. It makes no sense. It's not real math. I know. Don't hold charge to my mind, not my heart, guys. All right. But those are real questions for you all. I want to show something to you all, and we're going to have a great conversation, but I need for y'all to be objective. I don't need any meat riders. No MAGA, no Trump meat riders. Get off of Trump's nutsack and let's talk real business. Hopefully, you fully understand my heart right now, because I don't want to cause any issues. What I'm saying is that when I voted for Trump, I believed that things would start to move in the right direction, that we would show ourselves mighty to other nations and receive and demand more respect. It seems like we're scaring everybody. We're coming off as bullies, and they are joining forces, and it might end up kicking us in our ass. All right? That's all I'm saying. Also, I went to Costco, and thank you, Melissa, for the super chat. It reads, I don't have to agree with everything Trump does. Hell, he knows more about running this country than I do. I have faith in God, and I truly believe that God is working through Trump to protect us all. Hebrews 11:1, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. That's in God. That's in his glory, right? We all have faith. Hopefully, we all have faith in God. I don't have faith in Trump. I have faith in God, and I believe that God chose Trump to correct this BS that we've been dealing with for the last 4 years, for the last 8 years, actually, because as soon as he took the mantle in 2016, they were already at his neck. They were already using three-letter agencies to attack him, to build up fake narratives against him and his family. We've seen this. To hide certain narratives against themselves, we've seen that too. So I believe that as demonic as this country has become, we needed somebody who put God and family and country before anything. And that's why I voted for Trump. So I'm with you, Melissa. I don't have, listen, I picked Trump because I believe that he's the best guy for the job. But my eyes, I still pay attention to what my eyes say. And my eyes are seeing us fall apart. My eyes are seeing Republicans extremely quiet on the internet. My eyes are seeing MSNBC get louder. And when I go and look inside of the comments section, usually it's a bunch of us dropping facts on facts on facts, making them look foolish for even making the accusations that they're making. But that's not happening right now. It's not happening right now. So again, guys, LFR family, we are here to hold this administration accountable the same way we held the Biden-Kamala administration accountable. Just because we voted for Trump don't mean that we're going to be like, everything Trump is great. Everything Trump says is great. Everything he does is great. No. If you've ever worked for the federal government, then you will understand how serious it is to have someone who, with so much power, who did not have to go through the same process as we went through to make sure that we were cleared to view certain documents, to do certain things in the federal government. Elon Musk now has all of that power. All right. And my son and I, this is before it even became a real partnership between Trump and Elon. I was calling him like potentially the first supervillain. I'm not going to call him that anymore because I don't want to manifest that. But the rest of our nation, if they aren't MAGA, they are not respecting it. They're not respecting it, guys. Do you hear me? They are not respecting it. I went to Costco yesterday just to pick up some salmon, some water, paper towels. And do you not know that the lines inside of Costco were the longest I've ever seen? And I go to Costco every week, because they got some really fresh salmon and fruits. And I like their pomegranate seeds. For some reason, though, they haven't been selling the pomegranate seeds. I don't know what that's about, but the pomegranate seeds, I need for them to bring that back. Make pomegranate seeds great again, Costco, because you've been BSing on the pomegranate seeds. But the lines have been long as hell, right? All the way past the freezers, almost all the way back to the daggone water. And it was like that for 4 different lines that were being wrapped around the clothes, and it was crazy. I asked I asked this lady that was standing behind me, I said, what in the world is going on in Costco? Are you kidding me? This was the worst since COVID. This lady said yesterday, because I was there on Sunday, she said yesterday, which would have been Saturday, was worse. Her and her husband had to leave and come back today hoping that it was going to be better. People were leaving their full carts that they didn't walk through the store shopping and then decide to stand in line to pay for their stuff. They left their full carts in the line and just walked out the daggone store. Just left. That's how bad it was. And the whole time you hear whispers and murmurs and complaints of Trump did this and Trump did that. And the reason why we're in these long lines is because if we don't hurry up and buy these things at these prices, next week they're going to be skyrocketed. That don't show me a country who is comfortable with where we are. Now, I do realize also that I live in a 90% blue state. So let's keep that in account, okay? Let's be real. Let's be real. All right. And people kept on trying to daggone look toward me, man, because of Trump. You know this because of Trump. And they kept on trying to get me to talk about it. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going to engage today because I've done it before. And I don't like to be the only man standing debating with 20 different people in the middle of a store and people looking at me like I'm part of the problem. All right. That wasn't going to happen yesterday. Anyway, let me move forward because this is going to be a good conversation. I just want y'all to know that we about to have a good time, a good conversation today. All right, so let me go and jump into this. Melissa, thank you again. Melissa, again, I don't have to agree with. Okay, I read that one already. All right, Mandrake. I think people have forgotten what his message has been for 4 years. He's sticking to exactly what he said. He has to take a wrecking ball before it gets better. I don't get your heart when you're jumping way ahead of God. All right, so he did say that he would do things the way that he's doing things. He did say that. He said he would use tariffs to make sure that that these companies, these countries understand how much the United States mean to them and their economy. Canada, for instance. Canada, we are responsible for 40% of Canada's GDP. Canada cannot go dollar for dollar with the United States. But also on the other side of that, Canada is an ally to our country. They may not do things we want them to do, but is there a better way to make sure that they fall in line? Is there a better way? I don't know. Trump is the man now. Allowing him to do his thing. I can't allow him to do a damn thing. He's the president. He's the man. He's that guy. We have no choice but to wait and see. All right? We have no choice but to wait and see. My heart comes into place when, you know, our mind and our hearts are always conflicted. My mind looks at the news, taking the information. It's like eating fish. I eat the meat and throw out the bones. I'm trying to make sense of the things that I can make sense out of, right? But my heart is the emotional part. My heart is listening to the people. My heart is seeing people's worries and concerns and taking all that into account. My mind does not. My mind is looking at, no, we'll be fine. The way Trump is doing things, this guy's a businessman, unlike any other, the best negotiator I've ever seen. This dude gets it done. They try to take him out in all types of ways, and he was still able to win. My mind is, this is my mind. My mind it doesn't reason like my heart. And hopefully yours don't either. That's why you're never supposed to go into any situation with your heart. Like, you're never supposed to just dive into any situation with your heart, leading with your heart. I don't care what it is. All right. Your mind should definitely be in control, because our hearts are stupid. My heart is stupid as hell. If I voted with my heart, I would have voted for Kamala. Simple and plain. Why? Because the majority of my family and friends, they voted for Kamala. The majority of my family and friends feel like and worry that DEI would negatively impact them disproportionately. If I voted with my heart, that's where I will be. But my mind says that Trump is the right guy for the job. That's why we're having these conversations. So if I propose something that my heart is that has, you know what I mean, that I'm feeling, or that's emotionally tied, that my mind says, okay, go ahead and communicate about this. It's not leading the conversation, but it will enter the conversation so that we can just objectively, you know, mull it out. That's it. That's it. Hopefully you understand that part. All right. But Mandrake, we got a lot to discuss, because if you have not been paying attention, and hopefully you have been, we have been getting our asses kicked on the internet. We, the people that voted for Trump, we are getting our asses kicked on the internet. I'm about to show y'all this very quick before I read any more super chats. I got to show this to you. Man. Let me go ahead and find this video again that I just now watched. I got to show this to you because some of y'all think that I'm playing. Like, we gotta watch this. Okay. Make sure you hit the like button if you have not already. I promise you it'll be worth it. But now consider this. I know a lot of you don't watch MSNBC, MSDNC, BSNBC, whatever you want to call it. But this young lady right here named Jasmine Crockett, I'm sure y'all are familiar with her. A lot of you don't care about her perspective. I just want you to hear it. Hear it. Just hear it out. All right. It's about Elon Musk and his pull over the government at this time, because he's responsible. He's the head of Department of Government Efficiency. Check this out. And also, I just want to say this too. A lot of Black leaders have been coming together all over the United States and trying to figure out how we can use our Black dollar to go against all of these different companies who are against diversity, equity, and inclusion. And the reason why is because Black people attribute DEI only to them, only to us. I don't believe so, because as I broke down in my last live stream, Black people are the seventh, number 7, when it comes to who benefits the most from DEI. First is white liberal women, then it's Hispanics and Latinos, then it's Asians, and then it's LGBTQAI plus community, and then it's veterans, and it's veterans of the nation, people who fought for the nation and whatnot when it comes to being able to get jobs and opportunities and whatnot. And then is white men who are married to these white women, white CEO men who are married to these white women who get these contracts, and then it's Black people. All right, so that's the order. All right. So these are things that I actually pay attention to. The reason why I pay attention to them is because, again, the majority of my family and friends, and when I say majority, I'm not talking about 51%. I'm talking about 90% of my family and friends that I listen to and talk to on a daily basis. This is how they feel. The sky is falling. The world is burning down. And if you look, we got daggone refineries that's blowing up. We got planes falling out the sky, crashing into each other, into Philly, into DC. So these things are just like, everything's going to sugar honey iced tea. We told you. And I'm like, no, calm down. Calm down. Because when I have these meetings with you all, you may look at it as a live stream. I look at it as a meeting. This is a committee meeting right now. They're trying to stop everything that's good. We have RFK Jr., who's trying to make America healthier by giving us information to save our lives, and they're trying their damnness to stop him from being confirmed. We have Tulsi Gabbard that's putting this country first. They're trying to stop her from being confirmed. Kash Patel putting this country first. Realize how crooked all of these 3-letter agencies are, specifically the FBI. And they're trying to stop him from being confirmed. I see what's on. This is my mind. My mind sees all of this. All right. So let's just keep it there. But I worked for the federal government. And when I got my clearance, I had to, my family, some of my family members, and some of my neighbors had to be spoken to, investigated, so that I can get a clearance. Elon Musk did not have to go through that. But yet, he has access to all of our private information, all of the money that we're spending. And this is something that we need to consider. That's it. Let's watch this right here. Make sure you hit the like button. If you want to get upset with me, feel free. If you want to subscribe, I hope you do not, because this right here will be probably, the LFR family is what I want to make this the most fair channel on the internet. But I'm for Trump. All right. I'm MAGA all the way when it comes to that. But we're going to discuss some things that may hurt your daggone feelings, because we have to have these conversations. If we do not, then you're one of the childish people in the building that I really don't want around me anyway, to be honest with you, because you don't want to consider anything other than what your fantasies are telling you. No, Trump would do everything right. I see the prices of everything going up. Yeah. The prices of everything are going up. But this is the same thing that happened when he put a tariff on steel in his first administration in 2018. When he put a tariff on steel, the price skyrocketed, but then it came right back down and went lower than it's ever been before. The price of steel actually did what Trump said it would do. but it skyrocketed at first. Came back down. It did exactly what he said it would do. But because of COVID, it went back up. Because of COVID, it went back up. All right. All I'm saying is that I've been paying attention and I've been doing my research. I want to have a conversation with my people about this. All right. So let's check this out, man. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. I already know some of y'all mad at me. Get over your daggone feelings. We got this, man. This is Jasmine Crockett, whom I already know that a lot of you do not like, but listen to what she says.
From Texas, Jasmine Crockett. She is the vice-ranking member on the House Oversight Committee and now a newly minted member of the DOJ subcommittee. Welcome, my friend. It's good to see you. Let's get to what you'll be doing serving on this committee. It's led by Congressman Marjorie Taylor Greene to provide oversight to DOJ's efforts. Do you know why they went after access to the federal government's payment system?
I have.
And realize, too, that these questions are set up to make Trump look bad. I'm not checking this out for that. Don't care about that. These people on MSNBC are trash. They are. Because they don't even do what they claim that they want Trump to do. They want Trump to be fair, but they're not fair at all. All they want to do is set up a case against him. This is not what this is about. All right. I just want you to see what the other side are saying, because I'm certain that most of you don't go over there to see it for yourself. All right. All right.
No idea, but I don't have any positive thoughts when it comes down to it. I appreciate that you played the clip of Jamie Raskin, and as you know, Congressman Raskin asked, why do you need access? I mean, here it is. I'm a wholly, fully elected member of Congress. I don't have that kind of access. So when you start talking about who should have access to literally the system that controls approximately $6 trillion of our dollars, I don't really understand, because the people that worked in those positions could only distribute money per the law. So why is it that the DOJ committee would have to have access? And that's not the place that you go to look for cuts. You look at our budget, which it is Congress that has the power of the purse. You look at our budget, you help the president come up with his proposed budget, and then the House and the Senate will decide what we send to his desk, and he gets to decide whether or not he signs it into law. He should not have access to this. And with people already having angst about Elon Musk and the things that he does as it relates to technology, this is not instilling anything more than another layer of fear, especially since normally when you are going to be in a position like that, you have to go through security clearances. And let me tell you, some people think security clearances are all about whether or not you have a warrant or not. No, they look at whether or not you have some sort of divided interest. They look at whether or not you have good credit. They look at so many other things. And we're talking about someone who's unelected, unvetted, and definitely unconfirmed, that is now literally sitting atop our $6 trillion, and we don't know what it is that he's doing, and we honestly don't know what role he has.
Look, you have well articulated some of the bad thoughts as you described them at the top here. The question is, does Musk's team now have the power to actually disrupt federal payments?
In my opinion, they do, but I honestly don't know. We still don't know really what DOJ is in the first place. I mean, listen, think about it like this, Alex. You know, everyone hates Congress. That's just what it is, right? But as a sitting member of Congress, I mean, I had to give up my ability to practice law. I am prevented from being able to practice law to prevent potentially somebody dropping a load of cash on me and I do something that is nefarious as one of 435. And now we're talking about a guy who literally gets government contracts from the United States and has not had to divest, has not had to, I mean, it is really awful. And I know right now people are asking whether or not their IRS refund checks are going to be affected. We don't know if this is more DEI. Are you going to say if it's somebody that's a person of color, then for some reason, whatever they paid in to the federal government, they're not allowed to get it back? Like, we don't know, but there is no reason.
Okay, just so you know, again, if you're just now tuning into this, I am showing Jasmine Crockett, who is talking to someone on MSNBC about Elon Musk having access to Treasury records and many other things, but he hasn't been vetted the way that most government employees are vetted. when we have to fill out an SF-86, go through an investigation. I will say that I believe Trump and his team did vet Elon Musk. I don't think that they just looked at a blank check from Elon Musk and say, hey, you the guy, you paid the right price. Unfortunately, though, we do have some idiots on the left who believe that that's how things are done. So what we will see is them assuming the worst. They will assume the worst. Like she just now said, we don't know. See, that's speculation. We don't know if Elon Musk or Trump will stop giving tax returns to Black people, because they always talk about race. So I want you to pay attention to that. We don't know if Elon Musk and Trump will stop giving tax returns to Black people because of DEI. These are all speculations. That's not why I'm playing this. I just want you to see what this other side is saying. This video has only been up on MSNBC for like 14 hours, and it's cleared 1.2 million views already. And when you look in the comments section, the left is kicking our ass. Usually, when you look in the comments section of an MSNBC and CNN video that does extremely well, the right, like conservatives, are in the comments running that video up, just letting them know fact after fact after fact, just debunking everything that they say, making them look foolish. This is not happening on this video, which is why I'm playing it for you all. I need for you to see it, and I want to hear you hear what you have to say. Brutal honesty only. That's the only thing that happens over here. All right, let's go.
For any political appointee, if you can even call him that, to have this kind of access. There's none.
Let me move to the fact that you are also a member of the Judiciary Committee. And since Donald Trump took office, multiple top FBI officials and federal prosecutors who all worked on January 6 cases, they're out of a job. And now the DOJ wants names of those who worked on the Trump or January 6 investigations for possible firing. What do you make of this apparent cleansing?
That's not important. What she make of it is that she don't like it. She's on the left. She don't have a problem with these three-letter agencies attacking Trump. She don't care. So, but let's go and play it anyway. I'm just saying, because if they gave a damn, they would have listened to Trump when he was saying these people are unfair. They're unfairly going after me. They keep on calling me a criminal only because these three-letter agencies went out of their way to make me a criminal. I wasn't a criminal until I decided to run as a Republican president. When I was a Democrat businessman, I was their friend. They wanted me to donate to them. They was inviting me to their parties. I was everywhere. I was on Oprah. I was on The View. Everybody loved me. But as soon as I decided to run as a Republican president, they hated me. Make that make sense. I wasn't no criminal then. I wasn't a criminal, but now I'm a criminal. And that's all they want to say about me. Okay.
I mean, you just called it what it is. It's a cleansing. I mean, listen, when Democrats got out there and we said that our democracy was really at risk, people were like, oh, Democrats, you're out there, you're gaslighting. It's not our democracy. Well, he did say he'd be a dictator on day one. Oh, Democrats, it's just Trump. He just talks. Well, let me tell you something. He is doing more than talking. We talked about Project 2025. We talked about the consolidation of power. We talked about how he wanted to be a king. We talked about in a democratic republic, that is not what it is. We have some sort of checks and balances, and he is doing everything that he can to get rid of those checks and balances. The DOJ and the people that he's going after were simply doing their jobs. The problem is that Americans thought that it was okay to take a full-fledged criminal and make him the president of the United States, and then they want to act aghast when he does criminal things. Let me tell you, we have a thug in charge of the United States, and if we don't wake up, we may not have a United States, because right now he has only been successful in being a divider in chief.
So when you hear this, and then you go and look at when you hear this, and then you go and look at the comments section, they are spitting venom to their side, letting them know that the sky is falling. and they are eating it up. They are loving every piece of it. All right. They are bringing it right back to the like, yeah, you're absolutely right. He is dividing everybody. So that's where we are right now. That's where we are right now. I want all of the Republican people out there with all of the information, the level, all of the great information that y'all know about tariffs and how well they will perform. I know things are looking a little grim right now, but I want to know just for, I mean, I'm sure if I want to know, we're all the same, whether we're black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever, that other people want to know as well, how these tariffs would definitely work themselves out, how these relationships aren't as bad as they seem. We're not drawing China to want to do business only with Canada now, or there won't be a potential war because we decided to start to do exactly what Trump said he was going to do, which is impose tariffs on them for taking advantage of us for years. He said that even on X, Trump put out a note saying that Canada has been taking advantage of us and subsidizing like hundreds of billions of dollars from the United States for years, and we've done nothing about it. Now it's time that we do something about it. Even on X, there was a bunch of people under that post that was going against Trump. And I'm like, where are the conservatives speaking up? Where is the positive news? Where are the economists who are on the right that can let these idiots know? Because I'm not an economist. I'm not an economist. So where are the economists on the right that can let these people know that we are doing the right thing? This is still on MSNBC. Feel free to go over there and drop all the facts that y'all want. I want y'all to do that. That's the reason why I showed it to you. Let me see right here. Democrats have had the government 20 of the last 30 years. There are a lot of really bad policies, including Bush's bad policies that need to be renegotiated. Absolutely. Brother, people don't seem to understand that President Trump is a reasonable man. He's a deal maker and keeps his options open and will pursue a reasonable compromise if that option is available, which I agree, which is why I voted for him. Thanks again for the super chat, gang. No faith in God. You all give Biden, Kamala 4 to 8 years to mess up, but give Trump 12 days to fix it. Rich Ramsey, let me tell you something. If there's anything I have, probably the only thing I have is faith in God. Is faith in God. I'm not talking about God right now. I'm talking about Trump. All right? That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about God. Like, I'm not jumping over the edge saying that the sky is falling. What I am asking you all to do is to go out there and see what the world is saying, because we have to be here for everybody. In my last live stream, I was saying that I hope and pray that Trump will be a president for everyone in this country and not just the people who voted for him. Everyone in this country. Also, I have no issue with the United States standing alone. I think we will be phenomenal standing alone. I don't think we need these other nations. Is it going to hurt up front? Yeah, it's going to hurt up front. Just like anything. You decide to go to the gym and get your health back right. Yeah, you're going to be hurt first. Your body is going to get weaker first. After you start working out, your body is going to start getting weaker, and it's going to be hurting like crazy. You're going to be sore like crazy. But then when you continue to do it, you're going to start to want to have that extra pain on your body, because you're going to see that your body is starting to change. It's starting to get smaller. It's starting to get bigger in places that you want to work out. Like, you're going to see all these things. I don't have an issue with that. All I want you guys to do is not be delusional and believe that everything is working so well and wonderfully right now. The relationships with other nations is important. What people are saying outside of our country and inside of our country is important. And we need to have a conversation about it so that you not be in an echo chamber all day long, because that's something that we like to do. We only feel comfortable when we're in an echo chamber of people that can constantly tell us everything is fine. Don't worry about it. Everything is great. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I agree with every single thing you say. No, that echo chamber is unhealthy. It's the reason why we had the last 4 years. In my opinion, they knew that things was effed up, but because their pockets was getting fatter, because people were happy that they can go around and wave their rainbow flags and Ukraine and Palestine flags, Pakistan, whatever flags they want to raise, everything other everything other than the American flag, which gave me pause. I'm like, what the hell are they doing in schools, on government grounds? Downtown Washington, D.C., and I'm from D.C. Downtown Washington, D.C., they were pulling down the American flag and raising up a Palestinian flag, and then on the grounds, burning the American flag in America. And we were cool with it. We were cool with it, not us, because we was like, what the hell are they doing? Nobody's going to stop them? But half of our country were cool with it and still are. And I think that's unhealthy. I think it's foolish whenever you find yourself in that environment where you see all of these things that are negatively impacting your country, but you're fine with it. That's why I feel like we need to have these conversations. Trust me, if anything I have, faith is definitely one of them. I might not have the money, I might not have the looks, but I tell you one thing, I might not have the views or all the subscribers that I want, but I tell you one thing, faith in God is one thing I definitely have. Even the Bible says the heart is deceitfully wicked. Absolutely. Don't let your heart guide you, guys. The heart will dismantle every single thing that you've placed in your mind your entire life. It will make Eve eat that apple. That was her heart. That wasn't her mind. That was her heart. And because of that, all of you women got to menstruate every daggone month. See, so you see that? All because Eve in her heart wanting to eat that damn apple. All right. The Doge board has Republicans and Democrats on the board. Don't fall for the Elon mess. He isn't alone. Oh, I know that. Absolutely. She's actually on the subcommittee. The young lady named Jasmine Crockett that I just now showed you, she's on the subcommittee of Doge. That's another reason why we were even discussing Doge. She was talking about the meetings that they had and didn't have. Okay. I've never really been a big fan of the government before. Never. I never trusted the government at all, big or small. Not because of black and white issues. I just like they own everything. They can do whatever they want to do whenever they want to do it. Our voices really don't matter. But then I started to realize that our voices do actually matter. And that's the reason why I'm talking about these things on this live stream today. Something that I wanted to do was come on here and discuss only Trump's wins, because that's what a conservative channel does. When you want your channel to really work and really grow and receive the numbers that you want to receive, you only discuss the wins. You only discuss the positives. That's not what a family does. This is LFR family. A family discuss the good things and the bad things. The good thing is we finally have a man in the office, somebody who knows what the hell they're doing, somebody who's smart, somebody who's done it before, somebody who's a hell of a negotiator, who is proven, who is well respected around the world. All right? This is what we have in the office. But there's some things that come along with that. There's a whole lot of bitching and moaning coming from U.S. citizens. There's a bunch of people who are taking the side of Canada and never been to Canada a day in their life. You don't think that that's something worth discussing? We have people who are taking the side of Palestine, never been there, don't know anybody there. Taking the side of Ukraine, never been there. Taking the side of any country over ours? I believe that if we get into a trade war with anybody, we will come out on the winning end. But why should there even be a trade war? Is there a smarter way to do it where smaller businesses are not negatively impacted, where bigger businesses aren't negatively impacted? Is there another way to do it? Caroline, leave it. Please approve my my email, me asking if I can be one of the social media press guys inside that building, because I have some questions. Because my family, they don't like when I ask these questions. They believe I ain't got no faith. Shoot, I got some faith, Jack. I got a whole lot of faith. It will get worse before it gets better. 1000%, Denise. I believe that 100% for real. Don't care. They act like the people who are vetted haven't been fleecing us for decades. 50 million for condoms in Gaza. Anyone? Yeah, that is something that we've been doing. And we probably would have never found out about it if Trump wouldn't have won. We probably would have never been like these. They weren't holding each other accountable. We had to get back in the office in order to hold them accountable. And that's exactly what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. But I'm telling you right now, the word on the street is there's MAGA videos coming out right now saying that they regret voting for Trump because of how loud the internet is right now. Social media can change things. All right? I'm just saying, guys. I'm saying, this is the only reason why I'm having this conversation with you all. Super sick. Thank you so much, Ruben. I appreciate the love, man. Thank you, everyone, for all the super chats y'all are sending in. I really appreciate it. He already has been vetted. He shoots rockets into space. By the way, the same technology as shooting nuclear rockets. Yeah. See, the left have more of an issue with him having so much power and having the ability to choose himself over other people who do the same service that he provides. I'm certain that you already know about that. A lot of you already know a lot more about politics than I do. I am a novice when it comes to politics, but one thing that I like to do is I want to be fair. The same way that we was lighting up Biden and Kamala, letting them know where there were some holes in the way that they did things. I would like us to do that here too. Although I do realize that I'm on a conservative, I got a conservative base. And you guys don't want to hear that. I get it. I still love you like a play cousin, but I'm not one of those guys that's only going to speak positively about our administration that we voted for. I'm always going to wish them well. I'm always going to pray for them. But what I'm not going to do is ever take the side of another nation over ours. I think that that's BS. Even if we're moving in the wrong direction, I'm not taking their side at all. But something I do see is that these countries are joining forces, and I don't want that to negatively impact us. They are joining forces because they're all going to be losing money. When money is involved, they try to figure out another way to make their money, but they also get even more pissed at the person that's taking money out of their pockets. And Trump is taking money out of their pockets. Also, can you guys explain to me, how come Mexico is not our enemy? Canada is not our enemy. And both of them countries are receiving a 25% tariff. But China is considered to be our enemy, and they only got a 10% tariff. Please explain that to me. All right? This is a backwards. And listen, if you want me to have the information, I would love for you to give it to me. All my blues, thank you so much for all of your help as well. Y'all are absolutely phenomenal, as always. When is the LFR family barbecue going down? That's a great question. That is a phenomenal question. I would love for us to get something together, man. For real. I would love to meet y'all, shake your hands. As a matter of fact, I would like to have these conversations live sometime if I can do it. That would be absolutely phenomenal. Lori, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it, Lori. CC, remember, Trump also has the ability to lift these tariffs. It's negotiating. Remember, he's playing chess. Mainstream media is creating hysteria. There you go. CC, I don't know what the CC is for, but you're absolutely right. And they have to create hysteria. Here's the thing. Does Trump always have to give them something to create hysteria about? Do you know how quiet they was when Trump first won? Before he started signing these executive orders? But then when he signed executive orders to start doing exactly what he said he was going to do, clear out these agencies, mandatory, you got to come into work, mandatory, no more working from home, DEI, no more DEI programs in the federal government, like those type of things. They started to get louder and louder. And then more and more and more people started to believe them. And also, I don't know if y'all realize this, but Agenda 47 and Project 2025, a lot of that is running parallel. So now what they're doing, they're connecting dots. And they're saying, see, we told you all. We told you all. Look at this in Project 25. Now look at this executive order he just now signed. Isn't that the same thing? A lot of that is happening. So if Trump is constantly giving them they're going to constantly cause hysteria. He's giving them the ignition. He's doing this. They're waiting for it. The Democrats haven't really been speaking out all like that. AOC, Jasmine Crockett, and probably one more big Democrat has been speaking up. That's it. That's it. A lot of the Democrats have been quiet because they have been getting their asses kicked. They've been getting their asses kicked. So they don't want to get too loud. But as soon as Trump started to do things, see, now Justin Trudeau is getting some heart now. He's speaking up now. He's speaking like a boss now. They're like, where did this come from? Well, he got pushed. He got pushed. Pierre, whoever it is that was running for prime minister, this dude has changed his tune. He has changed his tune now. More so toward Canada. Like, he is pushing more for Canada right now. At first, he was understanding where Trump was coming from. He was also pointing out the fact that Justin Trudeau was not doing a great job. But now he's pulling them back together. All I'm saying is, if we don't pay attention to all sides, we're going to lose the information. Don't only listen to the conservative side of the information. Go out there on the other side, get some more information, bring it back home. Let's discuss it. Let's discuss it. Absolutely. They are creating the hysteria. In my opinion, we are giving them the fuel to do so. Full-fledged criminal. I guess we are forgetting that Bill Clinton was both a Chinese spy and came out of Hot Springs, the mafia capital of that part of the country. Come on, man. We already know what side has the most criminals. We ain't even got to go ahead and start comparing them. We ain't even got to. We talking about Bill Clinton. What about his wife, Hillary? What about Nancy? It's so many daggone criminals on that side. We can be discussing this for days. What you don't want to get into is a tit-for-tat battle with these idiots. You don't want to do that. All I want us to do, honestly, is to make sure that Trump promises made are also kept, and that they actually work for the betterment of our country. That we don't move closer to any wars, but we move further away from them. All right, that our relationships with other nations become a little stronger, but they also understand that they can't mess with us. Like, I don't want to be in no war. I don't. Not a trade war, not a real war, not a nothing. Now, I do understand, like CC just now said, this is strategy. He's playing chess. It's strategy. I get it. All right. I'm not saying the sky is falling. If that's what you're receiving, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying we should have these conversations. It's important. It's important. 1000%. The Jackal, thank you. Miss Jackson, I seen a video where a guy is showing one of those UAP craft in the sky when the DC crash happened. I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theory, but you don't. You just sound real. You point out information that a lot of other people aren't pointing out. And because of that, I appreciate that, Miss Jackson. For real. Also, I believe that it was intentional, but I'm not going to say that again on this live stream. I believe that Black Hawk running into that plane, just saying, but you won't hear me say nothing else about it during this live stream. Conservatives don't waste their time anymore on this sugar honey iced tea. We won. 1.2 million views is nothing. Fear mongering is their only tool. Hey, okay, we won. Okay. I guess my concerns and my thoughts aren't coming from a real place, Mr. Jerry Hargett. They're coming from, listen, we did win. Now you know how when a coach takes over for your favorite team, or you get some superstars on your team, like Luka Doncic just now got traded for AD. AD is now with the Mavericks, and Luka Doncic is now with the LA Lakers. And I know a lot of y'all don't like LeBron James, so I'm not even going to get into it. But when we start to get these trades on our basketball team, football teams, soccer teams, whatever the case may be, we expect for them to start winning immediately. And I do realize it does not work that way. I understand that it doesn't work that way. All right. They got to start gelling. They got to gel first. They got to start, they got to get some chemistry with one another. And then they got to start doing exactly what their fans thought that they can do with the potential they have, with all the talent. That's where we are right now. We have a new president in office. We know the potential of Trump. We know how smart he is. We know he's a great negotiator. We know he's a phenomenal businessman. We know that he put God and country first. We know that. The rest of the world needs to know that. And sometimes by how you address certain people is a good way that the world can find that out. You can even tell them, look, calm down. You may not see it right now, but I promise you, it's going to work out exactly the way that me and my team has set it out to work. That's called empathizing. That's it. Empathizing with the country, with the nation. Everything ain't got to be so mean and da. It's going to be this way, and that's the only way it's going to be, and they're going to be this, and they're going to do that. Like, we don't have to do that. Constantly getting on the airwaves talking about how Canada is going to be the 51st state when we see that that is pissing them off. We're constantly saying it. What's the strategy in that? Constantly saying we need to mind our business when it comes to other countries. But then when we hear that South Africa are allowing are taking away land from white farmers, and they're being unalived at a quick rate, we get online and we say that. But then the president of South Africa gets online and say everything he's saying is a lie, whether it's a cover up or not. It's like we're constantly putting ourselves in position for the opposite side, for the opposition, to cause hysteria, to get online and say this brother is lying and he's trying to divide and he's only taking up for white people. And like, come on, we ain't even got to do that. There's certain ways that you can handle yourself and get in front of things. Like, we're giving them the fuel. We don't have to continue to give them the fuel is what I'm saying. Okay. I know I'm missing out on a lot of y'all. Yeah, I know a lot of y'all probably like, look, man, you doing the same thing that they doing, all this other stuff. Listen, I'm okay. I'll accept that if I am. I'll accept that. I want to discuss what I see and what I'm hearing, what I'm studying myself. I want to see this nation actually do what I believe it can do with Trump at the helm. I believe that we can do some phenomenal things. I believe that businesses will flourish a lot more under Trump than they did under Biden and Kamala. I believe that. I believe a lot of people will be more successful without the handicap of saying, oh, those people are black or they're women, they're Hispanic or they're Asian. They deserve a little bit more. They deserve more help because they can't do it themselves. I don't believe that. I believe we're all great. We all have the potential to be anyway. We're in the best nation in the world. But when our president, when our leader, at every chance he gets, jumps online and says something that can cause people to start to question him or do research and fact check him right there on the spot, and it turns out that he's jumping ahead, maybe he knows something that they don't know yet, which he has before. We've seen that before. Like when he was saying that Biden has lost his mind, he probably is suffering from dementia. Trump knew something. And the left, they denied it. They lied about it for years. And then we found out that what he was saying was absolutely the truth. So some things he say will be true, and people will look at it as extremely negative at first, and it will cause mass hysteria for everybody who already disagree with him. Everyone who already do not like him. It will give them something to talk about. 1.2 million views when it comes to content creation is a lot, guys. It's a lot in less than a day. That's a lot. And then the comment section, it says something about it as well. And I'm speaking to you now as a content creator. When I see these things, I'm like, whoa, let me look at this right now and see what the engagement is. Who's pushing this? Who's driving this? What are they saying? These are the type of things that I look at. And then I provide it to you all because it's important to me. And I'm assuming that since you guys are here, that maybe me, sharing some things that are important to me are what you also signed up for. I might be wrong though. Hey Van, please tell me what's wrong with us Black folk, and how is it that we are the front? I mean, fall guys. Please tell me what's wrong with us. I believe what's wrong with us is that we always want to play the race card. What's wrong with Black folk is that we don't realize, we always saying that we are stronger, we are better, we are superior, we are from Africa, we are our melanin is beautiful and we're so excellent and all these things. But then when it comes to getting out there and hustling and grinding and succeeding, we always want to put the onus on the country and other institutions and trying to get them to set us up for success when we are very much capable of doing it ourselves. We always want to adapt. We want to adopt something like DEI as our own, and it don't even belong to us. That's what's wrong with us. We double speak. We always saying how phenomenal we are and how powerful and gifted we are. But then we always wait for somebody else to help us and give us something in order for us to get to the next level. And we don't even need that. Every chance we get, we blame white supremacy for our missteps. We don't have to blame white supremacy. Why do we even want to be like the white people? Why do we want to compete with the white people? Asians consider themselves Asian. Chinese consider themselves Chinese. Japanese consider themselves Japanese. White people, they don't even pay attention to race or like they've been white all their lives. They don't even think about their color. Black people, everything is black. You're black, so you got to do this. You're black, so you got to work 10 times harder than everybody else in order to achieve whatever they achieve. And they're always comparing us with the white people, and we buy it. For what? Even in the biggest HBCUs in the world, we feed the same lies to ourselves. When Joe Biden spoke to a whole lot of graduates at Howard University and at Morehouse University, he said the same lies. The biggest threat to our country is racism and white supremacy. Is it though? He also said that if you want to succeed in this life, and he's talking to a bunch of black people, black graduates who have been kicking ass in school and finally achieved what they've been working for the last 4 to 6 years. If you want to succeed outside of these walls, you're going to have to work 10 times harder than the white man. That's not the truth. Our competition is not with the white man. Our competition is with ourselves. Our competition is with whoever can do the job better. Can we do it better? Can we achieve more than them? Can it be about merit at some point? But if we're constantly always pointing at another race for our faults and our not being able to achieve anything, that makes us look weak as hell. I don't like to hear it all the time because I know it's not true. And then when you're a black person who want to achieve based off of merit, who want to teach your children that you can do whatever you put your mind to, you are considered an Uncle Tom. You're considered a coon. You're considered a house slave, a house Negro. You understand what I'm saying? So it's so much going on with this. And if you don't vote with the rest of the black world, then you are demonized because they let us believe that the party for black people is the Democrats. Whether you agree with them or not, that's the party for black people. That's what they want us to believe. I have an issue with that. So there's a whole lot wrong with that narrative right there. It's a mindset. It's us buying into this BS. It's us believing that the black pastor is our savior and not the Lord Jesus Christ. That's what I got an issue with. And we got a lot of fixing to do, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Thank you so much for the super chat, Noreen. Is there a cheap product that drove our lazy? Is there a cheap product that drove our lazy to them? It's made in American, made that is made in America, made that is cure to their drug. Tariffs equal in your pockets long run. Statin 2033, man, let me tell you something. You just now made it seem like I can't read. I didn't understand damn thing you just now said, but I do appreciate the super chat. I'm hanging with Hillbilly. I appreciate you getting on your channel here and keeping it honest. Keep up the good fight. God, family, country. Hillbilly. Absolutely, 1000%. Put God, family, and family first, and country, and we're gonna be fine. Trump has a lot to fix from the past 4 years. He is doing what needs to be done. He has to build relationships with foreign countries. I believe that too. He has to build relationships with foreign countries. There's a way to do it. Don't know if everything has to be bully mode. God put Trump in office to bring this country back to honor him. Let's see. And I'm praying the same thing, brother. Countries exploit us. He knows what he is doing. I pray that he is doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. I'm with you on that. Listen, I already know that countries exploit us. But why do we allow them to? Why did we even get into bed with these countries in the first place? It's a lot to discuss, man. But again, you know what I mean? That's whenever if you are one of those conservatives out there, if you're MAGA and you only tune into news that tickles your fancy, you're not going to receive the education that you need to receive. I'm just saying. All right? We need to hold Trump accountable. We cannot applaud every single thing he says and does. He's the president. We're praying for him that he rocks out and he makes this country great again. We're praying for that. But when he oversteps, when he shows himself to be just as silly as they have been, we need to say something unapologetically. And if you don't do that, then you are to blame period. I do realize you guys have your favorite conservative channels to check out, but something that I don't like, and this is a shot at YouTube too. If we don't get onto our platforms and meat ride Trump and only report his wins, then we are placed in a position where people don't even receive our notifications anymore. And I don't understand that part. That won't happen on LFR Family, okay? I voted for the man to do a job. And if I see him doing something opposite than what I voted for him to do, then I'm going to speak up on it. If I see him post something in the middle of the night on Truth Social that is not encouraging the rest of the country that we're moving in the right direction, the entire country that we're moving in the right direction, and not taking shots at half of the country, I'm going to say something about it, because he's not just the president of MAGA. He's not just the president of conservatives. He's the president of everyone in the United States. If you want to make America great again, I want to see that. That's what I want to see. I ain't got no issue with the tariffs. I do know that businesses are going to be hurt up front. Like I understand that. If you raise a business prices for anything, for products and services, they're going to pass it on to their customers. That's just what happens. They still want to make money. They're a business at the end of the day. I get it. But can you communicate that in a way that resonates with the entirety of this nation? I'm certain he can. He's done rallies for 3-4 hours where he communicates. He's a phenomenal communicator. I know he can do it. I want to see more of it. With the United States, thank you so much for the super chat, Edwin. I really appreciate it. What the United States needs to do is get back with God, and then we as a country need to do what our nation is called. United States of America. We need to put down our differences and unite as a whole. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. We need to put down our differences and unite as a whole. Can Trump be a uniter? I would like to see that. Can we be united? That's the first word of this country. United States of America. Not just America, not just white America, not just black America, not just rich America, not just poor America. United States of America. Can every state, blue state, red state, purple state, it does not matter. Can we all come together? We need to right now, more than anything. Contrary to what y'all believe, as great as our country is, countries out there opposite of us are getting stronger, smarter, more technologically advanced. They're getting more relationships, great relationships with other nations. We need to start not only making better relationships outside of our nation, but within. Can we do the opposite of what Biden and Kamala was doing, where they were only appeasing their people that would just disregard anything that could negatively harm their children? They didn't care about pulling the Bibles and God out of schools. They didn't care about that and replacing it with rainbow flags. They didn't care about that. They like, look, that drives our business. That makes us look good. Can we really put God and country first? Can we put the United States of America all together and make sure everybody's not going to get what they want? Listen, if I have a party, I'm not going to have a section for people who are what you call it, who only eat vegetables. Well, I might. That's a lie. I'm gonna have a vegetable plate. A vegetable platter for people who are vegetarians. And I'm gonna have a space for people who eat meat, but I'm not gonna have, I'm not gonna be able to appease everybody. The most people are gonna be like, I just eat when I leave. Some people might just be like, I just eat when I leave. Or some people might be disgusted that I'm giving people liquor when they come to the house. that when people come to my events, they bring a bottle. They might be mad about that. I can't appease them. What they expect for us to do at the party, pray and only drink water? No, it's a party. It's a ball. We're going to have a good time. All right? It's just a lot going on, man. Trump has to fix. Let me see this. Trump has a lot to fix the last 4 years. I already read that one. Thank you, Edwin. Countries exploit us. He knows what he is doing. Okay, let's see it. Let's see him communicate that he knows what he's doing. He has to be a real president for everybody and communicate that. Communicate that. I know you know what you're doing. Communicate that. Justin Trudeau and China and Mexico, the Mexican president, are all coming out saying that they're going to do this when you do that. You ain't got to come out there and say, well, if you do this, then I'm going to do that. No. Don't even communicate with them. You communicate with us, Americans, letting us know, don't listen to them. We got this. All right? We got this. It's not necessarily called chess if we're always showing our hand. If we're always saying what we're going to do. Like Trump gets out there, he says every single thing that he's going to do. That's not chess to me. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong a lot. Maybe I'm wrong. Van, your friends take advantage of you more than your enemies because they exploit the relationship when jealousy kicks in. Mexico and Canada knew. All right, Big B. Mexico and Canada was our friends and they took advantage of us. And just like they funnel people over into our country through Canada, they funnel drugs into our country through Canada. They do the same thing through Mexico. I get it. And now it's time to chin check them and let them know, nah, it's going to be a different party from here on out. I got you on that. I ain't got no issue with Trump is doing to them. What I got an issue with is how he is managing the rest of the country. And I would like to see him do that in a better way. That's it. It's a better way to communicate it. You guys will call him a communicator, right? I want to see more of it. That's it. Faith, God chose Trump. Need to stop listening to stupid people. The left is scared. Yeah, the left is scared, man. But guess what? The left is also, if you look at it, far more educated on paper than the right. A lot of y'all don't want to hear that, man. And I get it. But that's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. And right now they are having a field day over these other nations joining together to take down Trump. Them taking down Trump is them taking down us. And guess what? Those stupid people, this is where they are stupid. This is where the left is very stupid. They actually celebrate that Canada and Mexico and China are talking about coming together to take us down. They celebrate it as if they live somewhere else, as if they benefit off of living in another nation, which they do not. They just want to see Trump get taken down. They want to see him lose. And they want to see us, you, myself included, they want to see us look foolish for our vote. They want Kamala to come from under wherever she's hiding. I guess they're on Blue Sky right now. That's the website for all the Democrats. They're on Blue Sky celebrating, making sure that they, make all the noise they possibly can. They celebrating, clinging their champagne glasses that Trump is looking crazy to them in the eyes of other nations. Mika, what's going on? Agenda 2030, Cali Smart City, a dim agenda. Okay, Agenda 2030. That's another thing that I got to read up on. And I really don't want to check that out, be honest with you, because is that a real thing? Agenda 2030. The Cali Smart City. Yeah, I'm already thinking that that's the thing. I'm thinking that Democrats wouldn't mind if the entire country looked like California and was run like California, which would be similar to being run like Canada. Yep. Thank you, Mika. Liberal internationalism must end now. Okay. Liberal internationalism. I don't know exactly what that means, but feel free to break it down at some point. I appreciate it. Please watch the interview Trump did on Oprah's show from 1988, I believe. He explains how much money our country loses to these other countries. I actually seen that interview, and I thought it was a phenomenal interview. And I always thought it was telling that even way back then, he was saying the exact same things that he says today. I get it. I get it, man. And I'm not trying to tell him how to run the country. I wouldn't know how to run the country at all. I wouldn't know. I'm simply a citizen that voted for him. That's it. And I want to see him do great. I want to see him do phenomenal. I want to see him knock it out the park. Because if he does, then what does that mean for our nation? If he does a great job, that means our nation wins. That means our country wins. Not necessarily everybody, because there are some people who depend on DEI. There are some people who were receiving government contracts before anyone because of DEI. There were some people who were receiving scholarships and grants because of DEI that they would no longer receive. There's a lot of funding that won't go to certain organizations now because of DEI that Trump got rid of. That's all I'm saying. It's something to consider, guys. It's something to consider. There's two sides. No, there's three sides to every story. His, hers, and the truth. He can only get louder to open our third eye. No more BS. All bite, no bark. Remember, China isn't on our border. All right, then let's get it. I want to see it. Like, I want to see it. I want to see exactly what you're talking about. Thank you so much for the super chat, guys. Stop dropping the N-word. No one wants to hear Nancy. Nancy Pelosi is the N-word. My bad. I don't remember saying that, but thank you so much, Shane. I appreciate you. Thank you, Eve, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Vance, check out Bevelyn Beatty returns on CBN News. Oh, that is something that I do want to check out, the conversation that she had. They brought her back. Hopefully they paid her a bag for being on that joint. But shout out to her, man. She said, I seen a little small piece of it. She said that she already knew that if Trump was elected again, that she was getting out early. She already knew it. That right there, that says a lot. The fact that he did actually do what he said he was going to do. Anybody that rock with him, he look out for him. But that's the thing too. As the president, I also want him to look out for everybody that don't rock with him, because everybody ain't gonna fool with you like that, Trump. Everybody don't. I know I was in Costco in a long line with people just complaining about Trump. Complain. This one lady, don't you know, like when you get the samples, this one lady, that old white lady that worked there near the cookies and near the sweets and stuff. She was giving samples, and it was a cookie. And she was like, I got cookies. They're from Mexico. Get them now. You won't be able to get them after what Trump is doing. Get them now. And people were actually over there like, oh, let me go and give me a cookie. See, this from Mexico? Yeah, let me go and give me a box of this cookie right here, because I already know because of Trump's tariffs, we're not going to be able to get that cookie no more, especially not for this price. Costco might not be buying them if he's going to be doing what he's doing now with all this foolishness. It was just so much, man. This lady, a sampler, just saying, get this cookie. It's from Mexico. And a lot of people were coming over there getting that big old box of cookies. And people probably didn't even eat cookies. But because fear sells better than, I guess, faith, like some people actually draw nearer to God because of their fear of where they're going to go when they die. That's not me. I don't fear going to hell or going to heaven. I don't fear that. All right. I thank God for grace and mercy every single day. Every day. But a lot of people are just so fearful that if I don't praise the Lord, then I'm going to go to hell. And the Bible does say fear the Lord. Well, it also say love the Lord. I'd rather do that more than I fear God. Okay? That's all I'm saying. I'm not going to worship any idols other than him, not because I fear him, but because I love. Like when my children do something that I say, I want them to do it because they love me, because they respect me as their dad, not because they fear me. Because as soon as they no longer fear me, when I become old and they become bigger and older, I mean, they become bigger and they can make their own decisions, then they're going to start to do whatever. Nah, that's not it. So while my kids are young adults right now, they're still doing exactly all of the right things, well, most of the right things, because they are respectful young adults and they respect their dad and they love their dad. All right. Yeah. So I just put that out there, man. I know that fear is big, but yeah, we should hold all leaders accountable. The truth is the truth, no matter who is in office. If any of our elected officials step out of line, they should be called out. We need accountability back 1000%, and that starts here. Thank you, T-Man. I'm with you 1000%. Van, I watched so many hours of Jen Psaki. I wanted to Psaki myself. I watch it all, no matter how much I may disagree or see through the lies. Decorum equal united. I'm with you. I'm with you. A lot of these people I don't even like to watch. I don't even like to watch. But it's our responsibility to know what they're talking about on each corner, know what they're discussing. And they might even present some points that we might bring to the table when we're in front of people who are more knowledgeable than us when it comes to things we care about. So when I hear Jen Psaki say something that I haven't heard about yet, or I haven't heard that perspective yet, I'm gonna bring to you all and say, what do you think about it? That's it. That's how things are supposed to go. Thank you, Share Car. Share. I don't know how to say that name. No, I'm bullying your name. I mean butchering your name. All right. Thank you so much for the super sticker. My God. Thank you for the super sticker. You guys are a blessing, man. For real. What's your name? Waves. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You need to see the live Joseph Z posted this AM. I've never heard of Joseph Z, but because of you, I'm gonna go check him out, Joseph Z. And I'm not afraid to call him because Trump's in office. You know, at first, calling somebody him without confirming with them their pronouns would have been a bad thing. Breaking news, Van. Trump just made a deal with Mexico. He's pausing the tariff on Mexico for a month to see if they fix the border. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. Let's go. Listen, I want to celebrate the wins. I want to celebrate the wins. Someone need to get in his ear though and say, bro, how you talk to people actually matters, man. Like you can still show yourself mighty, but bro, I'm sure. How do you talk to Byron when Baron when he does something good or when you need him to do something that you want him to do? Huh? We're not your children, but we are your citizens. Like you want to make America great again, like the United States of America, the entire country. We all want to benefit from this thing you got going on. All right. I also want to hear more about this whole South Africa thing. Because if Trump is on that train trying to figure out what's going on in South Africa and he's threatening to withhold funds to prevent white farmers from having their land taken away or prevent white farmers from being slaughtered out there, I want to hear more about that. I've been looking into it. All right. I've been really looking into it. But yeah, I'm concerned about that. For real. Shout out to Trump for that win. I see where your thinking is, Van, and I get it. And as a 60-year-old Grammy, shout out to Sharon. She's a 60-year-old Grammy. I've seen a lot. I think it's dusty right now. And when it settles, we will see what needs to be, what we need to see. Bless you, Van, and your family. Much love to you, Sharon. And I understand it's dusty right now. It's like the helicopter just now came down and let people off, okay? And it didn't clear out yet. We need to see behind the smoke, behind the dust, behind the dirt. And I believe that things are going to work out. I do know that there's a lot of people in this country who have questions, who have concerns, and they aren't being addressed. They're not. They're not being addressed. I'm just saying. Trust the process. Americans will not have to pay taxes if he has his way. Him and his cabinet knows what we need to do to make America great again. It's not going to be pretty at first. All right, DA. Hopefully people who are, if you're a liberal, you're a Democrat and you're watching this joint, listen. Somebody said, no, he isn't talking nicer. Nobody want him to talk nice, man. I don't talk nice to my kids. I don't talk nice to my wife. I speak respectfully. I speak with some type of positivity, some affirmation, some like this is going to happen for us. Even if things look grim, this is what's going to happen. Like I know, I believe we're going to be okay. I've done this before. I've worked out the numbers. We're going to be fine. Like that. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, we're going to be okay. I'm sorry for taking away DEI. No, nah. Although DEI did impact and will impact a lot of people. But if that's what he stands on, and he believed that if it's all merit-based and there's no race, there's no racism going on in these systems, like everyone can win as long as you put your head down and hustle and grind, like it's not the racist country that you think it is. If he firmly believed that, communicate that. That's all I'm saying. That's it. It only take a couple more daggone sentences. That's it. But he's not going to do that because it hurts his opponents more when he's a lot more stern, when he don't even say anything about it, when he don't explain a damn thing. And his opponents is also half of this country. Like, because they believe in those programs. They believe in those people that put these programs out here. They need to be spoken to. If he beefing with his opponents, speak directly to your opponents, but then have a different demeanor when it comes to speaking to your citizens in the country. It's not about speaking nice. I don't know how you raise your kids or how you raise your animals. Some people beat the hell out of their kids and beat the hell out of their animals, and their animals still listen and walk the line and do exactly what they want to do, and the children still do the same thing, listen to them and walk the line and do whatever they have to do. But it's just different ways to treat people. That's all I'm saying. I care less if he's speaking with lollipops and cotton candy and all that other BS. I don't want to hear that. I'm a man. But I do know this. Most people don't think like me. Most people get butthurt over the smallest things. So these conversations do need to be different depending on who you're talking to, in my opinion. And I'm with you, Deanne. Trust the process. I don't think anything that's worth fixing will be pretty at first. All right. We got to demolish things in order to rebuild. So that's the same thing with growing anything from the ground. It's definitely not pretty at first. Y'all know about getting locks in your hair? You got to go through the ugly phase. You cannot skip it. You cannot skip it if you want to call it that. I don't call it that. I mean, but most people do. A lot of people do anyway. Not most. People do. Thank you so much for the super chat, Van. When we lost our business, we had 0 DEI. 0 DEI. All right. Hopefully that business, you get that business back. See that bite. I don't know what that means. Thank you so much for the super chat, though. I appreciate you. Mexico will also deploy 10,000 soldiers to the border of their own soldiers. These are the wins we need to talk about. while they talking all tough and acting like they bucking the system. I want to see these wins. America needs to see these wins, but they also need to be in some who said that this is happening? Did the Mexican president say that this is happening? Or did Trump say this on Truth Social? Or did Trump tweet this on X? This is what needs to be done. Like, I do realize that certain syndications are not going to post it because it benefits them and their readers more when they only cater to the people who hate Trump. So when they say, oh, Trump has to win, we're not going to discuss this at all. No, I want to see it discussed on AP, on Reuters. You know what I mean? I want to see it discussed on the Washington Post, New York Times, things that actually that people respect on the other side. That's what I want to see. Because that's not happening. We already know that, man. We already know that. I don't want to see it only coming from Truth Social. I spoke to the president of Mexico and they said that they're going to do this and they're sending 10,000 of their own troops. I don't want to see that. Care less about that. I'm sure a lot of y'all probably get turned on by it. You know what I mean? But that's not where I am anymore. I want to see something, like a trusted source that try to be in the middle sometimes, but we already know most of them are left leaning. But I want to see them post it. We have spoken to such and such in this country, and this is happening. That's what I want to see. Remember, Van, a seed must dry out before it bears life again. Be critical, but be patient, and stay prayed up and believe in better. Reckless reactions. You're absolutely right. And I love how you put that. Be critical, but be patient. Be critical, but be patient. And before a seed grows up, it has to grow down to establish a foundation. You won't even think that it's growing, but it's growing. You're absolutely right. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it, Miss Kitty. And Sooner for Now. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. You have to realize, for the first time in my life, I see a president who is serving our country first. My mother is full Mexican. Sheesh. And she has been very concerned with where the country has been going. We love what he is doing. DEI needs to go. I don't know if y'all did, but and I agree. And shout out to your mom. Please tell your mom I said hello. And I appreciate her for her hustle and for her grind and for raising such an amazing person. I don't know if you're a woman or if you're a man, but it seems like you have your head on your shoulders, and you have respect for your family. I also believe that DEI and programs like it need to simmer down a little bit. I don't know if they need to go away completely because I don't know enough about them, to be honest with you. I'm just going to keep it a buck. I don't know enough about them. All I do know is that they've helped a bunch of people, and that they're gone, that they're leaving. And I want these people who can no longer benefit from DEI programs to thrive and do some amazing things so that they can believe in themselves more than they believe in the government. That's what I want. That's what I want. I don't know if you guys enjoy conversations like this, but I actually did. I enjoyed this conversation more than most other conversations that I have with you guys. Like, that's just being honest. I would much rather communicate with you about real sugar honey iced tea rather than popping up all the time and just showing you the wins only. I don't want to just talk about the wins. It's great to hear the wins, and I would definitely also share the wins, but these are the conversations that will change our country and will make sure that everybody is cared for and looked out for. Everybody has to be looked out for. Not everybody will be on your team rooting for us to win, but at the end of the day, we're all Americans here. And I want our country, the entire country, even people who benefit off of DEI, and want DEI to be back in place. I want them to win. I want them to win so that they can see that winning is possible even without DEI. That's what I want. That's what I want. When we can show that, or when people start to see that for themselves, that their country, that their companies will still thrive without DEI, that their children will still thrive and move on to higher learning and education in colleges and universities around this world without DEI, bruh, that's what I want to see. I also, just in case some of you missed it, I want to see our president communicate this. Rather than bashing programs that he believed don't work for our country or is working against our nation, I want him to speak on how people will still benefit after these programs are removed. I want him to communicate with us on how the government will run more efficiently if people are at their desks more than at home in front of their computers. Because I know a lot of people. Well, I know some people who take advantage of federal government because they get to work from home. But the majority of people I know, they still work and they're still busting their ass and they're still good at what they do from the comfort of their homes and from their computers. Because those olden days, those have timed out. Computers work less. We got to use old ass computers inside of these old ass government buildings, and we get less done waiting for IT to service and fix our computers rather than being at home with better Wi-Fi, better service, comfortable, and able to do more. And we're able to take care of our families. We're able to be present if we need to take care of our families. We don't have to drive out there to these old rundown ass buildings. In my opinion, I would have said, instead of paying electricity and plumbing and all these people to uphold the mechanics of these buildings, shut some of them joints down. That will save a bunch of money for our country, in my opinion. Because when I worked for DOD, them buildings was old as hell, and the computers were older, and I did not get as much done in the office than I did at home. Just saying. But Doge, they're going to do what they do. They're going to make sure that they get people up out of there, but I need them to do it with some class. Can they at least do it with some class? Because Twitter is not the government. You can't just walk in there and just remove the kitchen sink and walk out. It's not the government. Twitter is a company, a privately owned company, whereas the government is not. It's probably the biggest corporation in the world, the United States of America, and it impacts far more people from the services that are being done in those buildings. So I just need for them to consider that and communicate that to the American people, not just the people who voted for them. And when they're talking to people who didn't vote for them, I need for them to watch their tone. You ain't gotta be nice, but watch your tone. Are you the president? Are you in charge of this this department or that? Who are you talking to? Watch how you talk to people. All right? Because some people feel like they too big, man. Like they too big to get slapped in the mouth. But y'all are right, man. Y'all help me out a lot with y'all information. My own business is my own risk, not the taxpayers. 1000%. Okay, I get what you're saying now. I got you. When you said your business failed and it was not DEI, I got you. When you start a business, it's your own risk. Anything with achieving, anything worth achieving is going to come with some sacrifice. You're right, Marina. You're absolutely right. Hopefully y'all had a good conversation too. If y'all didn't, my bad. Elon works with NASA. I'm sure he has clearance, and he most likely was vetted by SS to be around President Trump. I'm certain that he was too. But, you know what I mean? When it comes to certain things, bro, you know what? I'm going to be quiet with that because you're right. Anybody that gets that close to the president, they're going to get checked out a little more. Like, I don't give a damn how much money you got. Like, not only are you getting checked out, but so is your family. We need to know your motives. Why do you want to be close to me? Why do you want to be close to the president? We're going to check out everything. But that's not what's being read by all of these different people on the left. And this is the reason why we need to have these conversations. You all may or may not see it that way, but I do. Renee, what's going on? D, I pray that you're doing well. Shoemaker, thank you so much for helping out and being a part of what we do on a daily basis. Angel, Lisa Marie, all of my blues, Heather, B. I see B. Is B in here? I didn't see B. All right, B and everyone else. Also, to my people who sign up to my my YouTube course, thank y'all, man. Thank you for believing in me. I appreciate you. Anybody else that's looking to start a YouTube program or learn how to do this thing, check out my course inside the descriptions and you will see something run on that. And also for everybody that's already in the course, I will see you guys at 11:30. I'm about to send that out in the Facebook group as well. See y'all next time. Love y'all. And stop being so daggone upset with me when I present a side that makes it seem like we need to start questioning Trump. We need to start questioning everybody. We need to question everyone. I have faith that God chose Trump to be a great president for our nation, but we need to question him and hold him accountable. If you are always going to be a meat rider, we're going to love on him whether he does right or wrong, feel free to do that. That's just not me. That's not who I am, and it never will be who I am. All right? Love y'all. See y'all next live stream. And we will talk about some of his wins on the next one. So y'all can be super excited. Yeah, League One. Screw Mexico. We're kicking ass. Later. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.